Much. I'll take a step back. So again, all these apps are pretty much something that you would use on a computer, but this also takes it into account into the mobile version of it for you. So one of the simple ones that I always talk about is our dot loop. This is a must-have app on your phones, mostly because if you're in an open house, if you're running around, your client wants to work out some contracts, this is really something that you can do on your iPad, you can do on your iPhone, your Android phone, your computer. I'm not most other agents, so I don't carry my computer with me. So I know how to write a contract, pull it up, and do all that work. Pretty much just to show you guys a little bit of usage here. So normally, as you guys would, you would create a new loop. So you just do that by pressing the plus button at the bottom right. Let's just put test on this. And then you'll be able to see that this is pretty much follows a little bit simpler. It's a little bit simplified version. You can see that all your documents would be here, like your people, anybody that's registered should be a signer, any tasks or any notifications. So it's pretty similar to the dot loop platform on your computer, but it's a much more simplified version. Now you can also see it now as us to add document. So notice you'll get a little kind of a pop-up menu for this. So I'm not going to go do in depth on each app, but I at least want to show you guys a little bit of here's where you get started, here's what you got to do. So as you guys know, you could add from template, add from email, or add from device on your computer. But now there's a whole different story with the dot loop app. They're scanning additionally. So you can scan any contract or app or anything, not app, but yeah, application. So you can scan documents. So I'm just going to hit that real quick. And I can scan this document right here if I wanted to. Try to work with two hands here. So now it's going to scan this. So I'm going to hit save. And it's now going to upload this image for me into the dot loop. There it is. So it's going to upload that document now as a PDF. So I just scanned right from my phone into dot loop as a PDF. So for those of you who have like inspections that, well, this is a problem, that's a problem, we need this fixed, we need that fixed. Maybe the inspector didn't really take a great photo of the toilet bowl or something, I don't know. You can take a picture and actually have it converted to a PDF file. So to me, it works pretty well. I like using this if I'm going to have to do that. I don't find myself needing to because I can convert most files, but this is a good way to get started on that, okay? So again, this is something that's included as part of an agent at Waterfront. If for some reason you're having access problems to dot loop, let us know and we'll get you guys into it, okay? Any questions about dot loop?
No question that loop, but I have a question. Before we could see what you're doing, now you see you. Oh, I'm sorry. I say before we could see what you're doing, the screen, what you're doing. Now we see you. I think it's important to see what you're doing, not see you, right?
Oh, so like with me, while I'm kind of going through the phone with my hand?
No, yeah, before we could see what you're doing. Now we see you, like after he say, oh, we cannot see you. Now we see you, but we don't see what you're doing. Did you understand?
You're saying that you can see me on the camera?
Yeah, before we could see the screen, what you're doing. Okay, the things like you're doing.
Here. This is everything that I'm doing with dot loop.
Okay, yeah, I can see it's too small. Okay. That's fine.
Okay, that's so we're good there?
Yeah, for now.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's move forward. So our next app that we're going to use, this one is, you guys might be familiar with it from your part of your Matrix or MLS services. It's called RPR, or Realtors Property Resource. So this one, if I'm not blind today, I can find it. Yeah, that is RPR. Okay. So NAR RPR. Let me kind of stand up this way for a quick second. So NAR RPR, guys. I want to log into it like this. Okay. RPR is a free service that we are provided by, again, through our MLS. It's part of our board fee, so it is something that I think you should be taking advantage of. Realtors Property Resource is almost an extended version of the MLS. There's a little more in-depth information. It presents information a little differently. So some people like to use it. For me, it's an on-the-go tool that I think works great alongside the MLS. I'm not going to really talk about using the MLS app today just because I'm not really a big fan of it. But if you guys want to get into it, I recommend at least they do have some tutorial photo videos on their website. So with the Realtors Property Source, Realtors Property Resource, say that 10 times fast. There is, it's not very limited, but there are different things you can do here. Obviously, you can see the first thing that you're able to do is you can create a search. So you can look for, let's just bring up a property. I always like using Jack's house. So 1484 Foxfire Lane. Here's what you're going to see on it. Let me see if I can get it this way. That doesn't look as good. Okay. So pretty much, if you guys can see from top to bottom, I see all the recent photos. I've got the sales price, bedroom count, and then there's some additional information provided to me. So you can see that there's all additional things. So this is almost like a realtor's Zillow, it looks like. So if you guys haven't used this before, take a look through it. It's pretty unique. I do like using this. For your phone, it works pretty well. I think you get more use out of it on the computer because on the computer you can actually create flyers and marketing. So it's definitely something to check out. It's narrpr.com, I think. But you can see again, here's all the information. It gives you like a little call agent button here at the bottom. Let me see if I can make that come up any larger. No, I don't want to see the photos. Okay, well. Okay, so additionally, what you can do here is you can search for particular schools. Maybe there's a school zone that maybe you're just out on, out on town, you're down on Fifth Avenue, you're having a drink and you meet somebody at a bar. Oh, I'm buying a house. My kids, I want them to go to, I don't know, Gulf Coast High School. You could type in the name. So I'm going to put in Gulf Coast here, search for schools. And it's going to give me all schools within 5 miles. Well, I guess that makes sense because Gulf Coast is actually up here. Yeah. So here's Gulf Coast High School. I can actually, there's now a button at the bottom that asks me to search for nearby properties. Let's see if okay, close, I guess. Sorry, guys.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Would it be able to tell you what houses are in the district of that school?
Yeah, that's what I was going to pull up next. Gulf Coast High School. And also to tell you that if you're running around and they want to know what homes are for sale in the area, it also allows that. I'll show you that in a second. So I'm going to click on Gulf Coast High School here. I'm going to find nearby properties. And now it's going to show me everything that works for Gulf Coast High School. These are all houses that are zoned, whether they be for sale, pending. I'm assuming because it's not. Let me click on a filter here. Yeah, there you go. So for sale, for lease. So it gives me rentals and purchase properties. Okay. Now the other thing I want to show you guys was the map that it does there. Let me see. Okay. So this is your main screen on Realtor Property Resource. It tells me how many, you see it says properties within half mile of me. It says there's 11 for sale. 11 for sale, 25 for lease, 4 for new sale, and so on as I continue to scroll, okay? So if I want to see within a half mile of me, how many homes are for sale, I can click on that. And I get my map of a radius of a circle here, and I can see all the properties that are for sale. So 3, 4, 7, 7, 5, okay? Does anybody have any questions? And the one last thing that I like to point out is you can also run reports on here as well. So you see there's different opportunities. It does say property flyer. Let's do, I'm just going to type in an address just to give you guys an example. And the reason why I'm talking a little bit more about this one than I will others, is because this is a valuable tool I think that everybody should take advantage of. Okay, so 1484 Foxfire Lane. So I'll take a step back. I can actually do a property flyer for this. So I can choose which photo I want to use. All right, there we go. So I can, let's just say I'm going to use that photo. I'm going to hit next. Oh, once we type in a headline. Where do I type in? Oh, wait. I'm going to type in a headline here. Great house. How about that? Great house. Okay, type in headline, and then I can go ahead and hit next and get report. Okay, so that's the one I just created. So show me. Oh, it's still fine. Okay, so pretty much what we're looking for it to do is to create a flyer for us on the property that I can actually print out and go ahead. So we'll come back while it finalizes that. All right, let's move on to the next one for right now. Okay, so for those of you that use your social media, you do your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, so on and so forth, there is some good systems that are available. I'm just trying to see if I can get into this. Okay, anyway, there's some good systems available that you can use to manage it. Pretty much as an all-in-one. One particular app that I've used in the past is this one called Buffer. So Buffer is a app that works across various mediums of social media, and it allows you to create a post, schedule it, and post it to your social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. So really as simple as this is, I would just pretty much, once I get in here, I create Buffer, I got to create my account, of course, first. I just go in, I can write a post, and then a post that I would share, you know, I love real estate. Let's just use that. I would go ahead and just say I love real estate. I can add an attachment like a photo, URL. I can even put like a first comment in here to make it, you know, look like it's been engaged with by some users. After I've done that, other image or video. Okay, so it's posting to Instagram first. That's what it's doing. Actually, so you guys can see up here, it's got the Instagram logo. I can add to it that I wanted to also post on Waterfront Realty Group our business page. Once I hit, maybe I don't want you to post Instagram first. Okay, I'll hit next. And then once I hit share, it's going to create the post and put it to my Facebook Waterfront page. Now, this is something that as you kind of go along and you're interested in, what's the best way to say this? You're interested in creating a social media presence. Buffer is going to be a really good option for that. You can see here that I have a post that failed. This was from a couple of years ago, but I typed in pretty much, this is what I want it to look like. Here's all the wording. Here's, you know, here's all this. It does have a desktop system that it also uses that you can also do all the same work, and you can also post just the same way this does. And of course, down here, it would have been like 3 photos for the property, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, hey, Kevin, it's Rod. I can't see the name of the app. Is it B-U-M-P-E-R, Bumper?
Buffer.
B-U-F-F-E-R. Thank you.
You're welcome. So pretty much again, and also gives you a couple other things, like you can see where you can actually see what social media posts that you've actually scheduled. And then from there, you can see, like, let's say on the 10th, I might have scheduled some particular ones to go out at a particular time. And then any other dates like that, okay? You can see your post performances. Let me see if I can click through any of the ones that I had. Let's see, this is yesterday. Let's see if I can go back. Okay, so I guess I can only see the last week and a half, which I haven't used it for. And then it sees what channels that I'm using, what from Realty and all that, okay? So again, Buffer, it's, I'm not gonna really go too far into it because this then starts to talk about how to use the app, how to go through the Facebook and use all those kinds of services. Okay, the next one, if you do have a Facebook business page, you had better have Facebook Business Suite. I think they just changed it to like Meta Suite or something. But Facebook Business Suite, right from the front page, the first, what this allows you to do is it allows you to actually directly manage your Facebook business page. Can you guys see that? Let me try putting it a little closer. How's that? Can you guys see that better now? On screen? Thumbs up? Okay. All right. So
Much better.
okay, good. All right. So if you manage a Facebook business page, like again, I manage the waterfront business page and a couple other things. You're gonna be able to go in there, and there's obviously several things that you can do. You can run a story, you can promote some posts or do some ads, post some photos. And as I scroll through here, you can just see some of the plethora of just other things. Recent posts, you can see, just different things that we posted to here. You can also manage, oh, I'm sorry. So you can see that I can filter by post types. I can respond to messages inside of my Facebook business page. And then additional tools that there might be, like I said, there's ads, maybe you've had an appointment scheduled. It's just a bunch of other tools that give you the capability to manage here on this. One thing I wanted to point out, because I'm big about using your Facebook business page to do photo or ads, you click on the promote button. And then this gives you the ability to start automated ads. You can boost posts, and then you can actually say, well, what goal do I want to use? This gets more into what type of ads work better, which ones are good. But again, this works well for your Facebook business page. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about Facebook Business Suite? I try to answer as much as I can, but I can't promise it. Okay. So the next one, if I can turn my page here. I think the next one is Canva. Okay. So for those of you that you're out and about taking a photo, maybe you're at the beach taking a photo of the sunset. Let's just use that for an example. And you want to, come on, how do you do it all the time, right? Okay. So you're always down there by yourself. That's why. All right. So with Facebook, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so let's say we wanted to use our Facebook business page and we want to say, oh, I'm down on Naples Beach, down at the Naples Pier, taking pictures of the pretty sunset. Well, if you wanted to add, wording or kind of, I guess, make the picture look a lot better or do other things with it, Canva gives you the ability to Photoshop those photos. So Canva is a Photoshop, pretty much, I don't want to say rip off, but it's a Photoshop is like $50 a month or something, but Canva is free. You can pay for some more premium features, but essentially, like if I wanted to, I don't know, I'm going to take a picture of something real quick here. I'm going to take a picture of the TV screen. How about that? Okay. So if I wanted to go into Canva, what I can do is I can do an Instagram post of it. And it'll give me this little, little like frame, if you would. And what I would do is I would click into it and I can replace that photo with the one I just took. And there you go. So you can use it to create some pretty posts or some, maybe if you want to do like a coming soon, like I think if I click on this, I can edit that text to say like coming soon, or things like that. So this is a great tool for like if you're posting. Are you looking for it on your phone?
Yeah.
Canva, Canva. All right. We'll look for it afterward. So pretty much like you can see here, you can create Facebook story photos. You see people kind of create some stuff like this as I go through it. Let's see. So, but pretty much what I'm getting to is you can see that there are different options here for social media posts that you can go in, make edits, and pretty much just take any photo and tool it up to what you want it to look like. Okay. So great photo editing that is pretty much free to use. There is a premium version of it. So the next one, so let's move on to my business. So let's talk about you as an agent. So, we're just sent out the 1099s for this past year. So I've got agents that, okay, hey, by the way, you need to verify your income. Well, I think it looks good. That's okay. You should always be tracking your income, your expenses, your deductions. You should always be tracking that as a real estate agent. Here in office, we do use QuickBooks, and I recommend the same to you. So pretty much what you can do as an agent, you can create yourself a free QuickBooks account. you go into the app, and what you guys see, it's not seeing anything right now. Okay, hold on, give me 1 second, guys. What the heck? Oh, it's not allowing me to do it. I'm sorry. Okay. So I guess QuickBooks doesn't allow me to share it because it's private information. Okay. So at least let me talk about it. Okay. So pretty much the Facebook QuickBooks. Okay. So the QuickBooks app for you guys, can you see if I hold it up to you? Yep. Yes, you can. Okay. So QuickBooks pretty much allows you to go in, you can track your expenses, you can do receipts, you can track receipts and different other things, pay, sales receipts. So pretty much this gives you the ability to go through all that. I'm sorry, I was a little underprepared for the fact that it wasn't going to let me do it on the screen. I didn't even think about that. Okay. But pretty much QuickBooks as a vendor, as a user of it, again, you can write bills, you can pay bills, you can save your receipts all in one place for your accountant. And then for your CPA, all you got to do is just download it, send it, or there's even an accountant version that the accountant uses that they log in and they can actually get access to your account. So it's pretty cool. So QuickBooks, online app, use it. Sorry, guys, I thought that one would be a lot better. Okay. Now, what about you're driving around? We all know that what's one of the best expenses as a real estate agent? Miles, right? Your car. So one of the things that you can do as a real estate agent, you can track how many miles you drive. One of the things that you can use is any system that logs when you're driving. So you're going from one distance to another. Maybe you drove 5 miles. For systems like that, we can use a system called Mile IQ right here. We can use Mile IQ to go ahead and track our driving. So right now, device setting change required to optimize. Okay, let's fix that. Allow. Next, next, got it. Okay, so pretty much all I gotta do is get my car, start driving, and Mile IQ will detect when I'm driving. It'll say, okay, you're moving at this rate of speed. You went from this place to that place, and it'll give me a pop-up. But if I didn't get to do that, where is my add button? There isn't. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry, guys. They also changed this one on me. You used to be able to add your trips to Mile IQ, but I assume they changed that. So QuickBooks, though, does have a mileage feature as well. So yeah, there we go. Okay. So in the QuickBooks app, there is a mileage feature, and it allows you to also add your
Kevin, you muted yourself.
real estate agents. Yeah. There you go. Yes, you are. You're allowed to do commercial sales. You're allowed to do commercial leases. Would I recommend you do it? Now, without talking to somebody who's in commercial, I'm not, so I apologize. However, though, we do have we've got a couple agents who are familiar, and you can work with them. But the MLS doesn't always have all the commercial properties. So what we need to do is have access to a system that actually does. So the system called LoopNet. LoopNet is an app that, as you can see, all these little red ticks on the map, these are all commercial listings. There we go. So pretty much if I'm interested in finding a commercial property for my friend who lives in New York and says, I want to find a property to do axe throwing, I think you need to find a retail space. I don't know commercial. I don't know what you really need, but I can start clicking on some of these properties and I can see, hey, look, there's a rare investment development site in Naples for 10 million. Here's the property. And it gives me various details about that property. So these are some properties that might be listed. These are some properties that might not be.
I just have a quick question. Talking about commercial.
Yep.
Let's say I want to open up for
Yep.
the properties that you come with the liquor license.
That's a good question for somebody in commercial. Or even somebody, you know, who's probably a business lawyer, maybe. I really couldn't tell you, unfortunately. But let me know when you do, because I'll have a couple of drinks. All right. So pretty much LoopNet, it's a great system to use. I've used this in the past for a couple of friends. They've been looking for some properties. So LoopNet gives you the ability, you can go in, you can search for sale, you can search for leases, different auctions, do some searches, things like that. You can create an account and keep a free account. Mhm.
Not just commercial, residential too, right?
Are you saying like if it's, say it one more time?
Because sometimes I'm searching just to see lanes. Sometimes it's millions on the rest, but they have websites like this for commercial.
Yes.
where lands. But you can buy land outside the West for residential.
Right, yeah, I mean, somebody might be on Craigslist or on Facebook. They might have vacant land. This one is the one I'm particularly advertising because I'm familiar with it.
Just commercial.
This one, as far as I understand, is commercial. Okay. But yeah, I mean, always explore, see what other options are out there. But for me, I'm familiar with this. I know about LoopNet. I've used it before. So that's why that one I'll recommend to anybody most days of the week. So going back to this, so pretty much, you know, like let's say I wanted to look for a location. Okay, I want to find I don't know, I want to find a restaurant that I can rent out, you know, downtown Fort Myers. I think Fort Myers is 339 something else. Let's just put Fort Myers. How about that? Fort Myers, Florida. Okay, so they're in Fort Myers, and obviously I can click on any one of these properties, pull it up like I did before, and you'll see here's the executive summary. Some of these I know they do provide the capitalization rate. They provide income potential if it's a larger property for sale. Like so this one is a land. So Gina, as you asked, there's vacant land here. Can I turn this? No. There's vacant land here. So that's what this is, the land opportunity for you to buy so you can build whatever you like onto it. So this is.
We have a buyer, I was saying Mr. Jackson, who wants to build Jack the units.
Right.
It's like this one, right?
I
will find there.
You best option, best thing you'd probably do for that, and Jack will tell you, I think, is you talk to the county, or well, you could do that, but you could also talk to the county. Yeah, talk to the county developer, the county planner, and just find out where they have that are zoned for this, or properties that are probably prime locations that they could use. That way, because I don't know how that's supposed to be zoned, if it's residential only, because that's a commercial area, but that's a really good question for probably like a county official like that. Okay. Again, real estate attorneys, usually they have some opportunities like that. So I've probably talked to some even commercial attorneys to see what they know about. And even again, that's a long drawn out process. So Mr. Commercial guy who does all this business, here's a referral, pay me 35, 40%, whatever you want to do. I mean, again, like I said, we do have a couple of agents in Waterfront that do commercial, but that's not their primary business. I know that for a fact. We did, but they're okay. So as far as anything, again, with commercial, LoopNet is available. Of course, you can search commercial properties on MLS. Do you have any other questions about this system? Nothing? Okay. And then pretty much the last one that I think is very valuable. I actually use this a lot online, especially when I'm looking for information, is HomeSnap. So HomeSnap's really cool. I like it. I've been using it since I first became a realtor 5 years ago now, 6 years ago, actually. HomeSnap pretty much for you guys as a tool, it's again provided by our local area board of realtors. It's similar to RPR, but it's got some advertising functionality to it. Let's say you get a listing, and I know listings these days flies off the shelves, right? We can't keep them in stock. So if you get a listing and you want to start advertising that property right away, maybe you've got a couple of photos and you want to get that going going through Facebook, without going through Google, without doing all that. HomeSnap gives you that potential. The minute you list it and you're logged on and activated under HomeSnap, HomeSnap actually sends you, oh, hey, we can list this property for $150 for 2 weeks, and we'll send out advertising. We'll do this, this, and that. Okay. It's not a person, it's just an automated system. But let's talk about a couple of features of HomeSnap beyond that. So obviously, as you can see, I can do a search for properties. Let's go sideways. No, it would not go sideways. I can do a search for properties on HomeSnap. There you go. That looks a lot better, huh? So you can see that I can search for information. I can click into the house. I can see, oh, this one's off market. I guess either the last sale was 1.43 or that's actually what it went for. And then so a couple other things, what I really like, there's some of these agent actions here, sell speed, send a rapid CMA, contact the owner. So some of the properties, I'm gonna just click SMS owner messages just once. So it actually provides what it thinks might be the owner's telephone number. Quick disclaimer, do not violate the do not call list. It's $10,000 every time you do. Don't do it. Now, you can get information for sellers from here. You can call them. You can do a couple other things. So it's pretty simple. It's pretty cool. Another awesome feature here is this likelihood to list. I like to use this. Actually got a couple of sales in the last 4 years because I did this, but it'll say least likely to most likely, a couple other different things. You know, it says, are they in a mortgage? How many years have they been there? So some good little facts. This is owned by this person. Here's her email. Here's her phone. Where do you normally find this information when you see the expired determinants? You don't normally find it, right? You just kind of type the information in and try to find it. It's all in one on this app. So all in one place. You can see that there's a rental analysis, there's property summers, schools, everything else, okay? So besides that, you can also see rentals, you can see all homes. I'm not gonna really go too much into that. There's also a news feed. This is kind of cool, I think. You can see that if I have like a preferred zip code, you probably can't see this on the screen or for you guys for watching from home. It says in your preferred zip code. My preferred zip code for some reason is 34109. That's where I had my first listing, I think, so that's why. But you can see here's all the action in 34109. Property listed for sale, property sold. And I can open this up every morning and go through each and every one of these if I want to. Now, I can achieve that also by using the MLS, but this is also a pretty cool tool to use as well. You can see that I can use it for messaging. I've never really used this feature, so I'm not too familiar with it. Here's the map of searching for homes. Another cool feature is the pro agents. So I think we have I think this is what we have is pro agents is our level that we get for free. But you can see that white glove treatment. They have all these different, tools. You can learn more about all of this, but you can kind of scroll through, see what they got. $200 in Google ads if you use them. You can farm your sphere, different things. Okay, I'm not going to talk to you everyone about this. But as I talked again earlier, one of the key features that I used it for was advertising your listing. So if I had a listing, I don't really feel like listening to her. I can actually list, like, if I wanted to, I could probably say, hey, look, I did this listing. They'll show me a preview of my campaign on different platforms like Facebook or Instagram. I think this is what's the driving one? The not why not? It's
What's that?
Rita?
no, it's where they tell you, oh, hey, there's a cop ahead or something. Waze, thank you. Okay, so this also allows you to advertise on Waze. You can see here that they have a little like house icon or something that'll go in there. That's kind of cool. Different options. You can say how much you want your budget to be. There's $100 or $40, and then they'll show you, here's your checkout of what you're buying. I'm not buying all that right now. Okay, and then otherwise, there's other different options here. I've used it before also with clients. My friend's mother, when I listed her house, I was sending her weekly reports of Here's how many people saw it. Here's how many people showed it. All this kind of stuff. So it's a great client follow-up app and everything. What else? So realistically, and then of course you can edit all your information. It shows you your buyer side and listing sides. I got more than that, but that's okay. So anyway, so to me, HomeSnap is a very valuable tool, especially for anybody who's a newer agent, especially if you're promoting listings, things like that. That's pretty simple. Otherwise, that's probably the most that I've got for today. I was going to talk about the Mile IQ and the QuickBooks longer, but those didn't really do well. Sorry about that.
Well, that,
Sorry. Go ahead.
Because you introduce yourself with your history for your past. And I see that.
I never did one before, but we can see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. Welcome to HomeSnap Stories. Reinvent this. Okay. I guess I would take a photo. Or a video, I guess. Oh yeah, it's a story. It's like your Facebook. So you have a story, you just take a video and just post it. That's all it is.
I what I mean with the story, I thought you would have to say or write something.
No, this is a video. It's a video like Facebook
Not
stories.
like when by big things.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It's a lot.
okay. Anybody else any other questions? Anybody at home watching online for the millions and millions around the world? All right. Well, with that, guys, next week we're going to have Joel Threlkeld. He's going to be coming in here next week to go over some of your questions, some challenges you might have, some of the obstacles you overcome. In 2 weeks, we are going to have Kelly McBride and Lauren Maxwell in our office. If you guys are not aware yet, Lauren has an office here in which Kelly McBride, who is our local loan officer, she's sit here every week. She's here at least 2 days a week. She is fabulous, wonderful, awesome, and all the other things that while she's still sitting here, I should be saying. So make sure you guys come in and see her. They're going to be here in 2 weeks today, and then also on today's the 10th, 17th. On the 24th, we're going to be having Home Tech Warranties come in. They're going to come in, talk about some of what a home warranty is, how it benefits your buyers and products that they offer, and how you as a realtor can actually benefit from their service. Other than that, that's the rest of the month, guys. I'll be sending out an email with the rest of the schedules. I do appreciate you guys for stopping by, checking us out today, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
I'm fired.
I just don't know what is this one, doctor, what is that? Exam? I lost the accumulation. Tell me.